Today we're going to be testing all of the rogue leveling guides that we can find to find out which one is the best and which one is the fastest, easiest to play, fastest to clear a dungeon, fastest to level up, all that fun stuff. We're going to be testing them. I'm level 25 and I have all of the, I don't know what they're called, the renown points. So that gives me the 10 extra skill points. I've got all the Lilith statues, so we have the bonus stats. And here's a few rules to get started. We are only using aspects that are available from dungeons, so no legendary aspects, no rare drop aspects, and we're also using gear that is basically just garbage, just random gear, nothing specific to one build. But if the guide calls for, just regular aspects, that's what we'll be doing. And for those that don't know, the website right now that we're testing builds from is g4builds.gg. No affiliate, no sponsor. And for those that don't know, you simply just go to d4builds.gg, you click meta builds, you click leveling 1 to 50, you click rogue, well, you click rogue and then you click leveling 1 to 50, and this is the one I'm testing right here, is this one. You go to view full build, and if it says I need to use these on the left, that's what I will use, and then I will follow the skill tree exactly and then play it to the best of my ability. So let's get started. Now, for these runs, we'll be using just the Windows stopwatch here, and as soon as I click start, I'm going to run the first part of the Mercy's Reach dungeon as fast as possible. We're only killing elites, we're not killing packs. We kill packs if it's viable for the build, but not all the builds are viable for that. So let's begin.
Not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
And there we go. That is a time of 2 minutes 37 seconds. Now, these runs will vary just a bit based on how many elites there are to kill and their, properties, if they're extra tanky or if they're just really hard for me to break through their defenses and whatnot. But I don't, that's not really a bad time. 2 minutes and 37 seconds for the Flurry leveling build. Let's put it on the screen there, and then we'll move on to the next build. The second build we'll be doing is the penetrating shot build. I'm going to hide the text because That'll make things very crowded. And we're going to start the clock. And if you're wondering why my XP doesn't match the previous clip, it's because this is my second attempt at the build. The first attempt I died, which means it's not very defensive. But here we go. Second attempt. Let's go.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
3 minutes and 1 second. It was a little bit slower than the Flurry build, but I felt like it was way better for regular mob clears, like big packs of mobs. And I know this build is just getting started because I've seen videos of how much this build scales. But one problem that I did have is that the defensiveness of it, like I can't just mindlessly spam buttons while watching anime. I actually have to pay attention to the screen and dodge attacks, and I can't just lackadaisically play this build. So because it's slower than the Flurry leveling and harder to play and squishier, I'm not going to give it to this one, but that is 3 minutes and 1 second. So let's move on to the next build. Next up is the Poison Twisting Blades build. We'll be running this right now. Here we go. Alright, that was 2 minutes, 38 seconds, and, I don't know, it feels kind of clunky. It doesn't feel as easy as Penetrating Shot or as smooth-brained as Flurry, but it's still not bad. I mean, it's about the same time as Flurry, and I think it has more potential whenever you level it up, but, I think there's a Shadow version we can test now that might be a little bit faster at clearing regular dungeons. I feel like this build is more meant for killing world bosses or end of dungeon bosses, which would be useful when we start doing nightmare sigils, but not up until then. Next up is Shadow Twisting Blades, and I believe this one might be superior simply because we get the ultimate ability Shadow Clone to use, which will make fighting elites way faster. Anyway, let's start timing it right now. Well, that one was the best one yet. That one was insanely easy to do. That was fast. I even messed up at the beginning and casted the Shadow Clone, so I could have had that for the first fight with the triple elites, and I didn't even do it right, and it still beat the other ones. It was very smooth-brained. I just hit my buttons, and well, I'm very impressed with the Shadow Twisting Blades build. It's such a huge difference compared to the Poison one, for sure. The only thing that I'm kind of wishing that I had was those little floating orbs that make you run faster. I think that would improve this build a little bit more, but I don't know if I should experiment with it just yet. Went to Max Roll, and they had basically the same builds, except they had one extra build that was different. They had a Barrage build, so we're going to try that out. Let's reset the timer and get the text off the screen, and let's begin. There we are. The time is 2:55, and I gotta say this build sucks. This build is awful. How do people that get into the actual closed beta where they can level to 100 a whole month before the game comes out come up with these shit garbage builds? These guys are amazingly lucky. They hit the freaking lottery that Blizzard let them into the game a whole month before anyone else got to touch it. Level to 100 on a higher, drop rate, private server, and they're making 10 million YouTube views, which is basically $30,000 a month. These guys are paid $30,000 a month to come up with these garbage shit ass crap builds. I can't believe it sucks. This build is the worst one. Even though it's not the worst time, the penetrating shot build was way smoother and easier to play, and the barrage... Who the fuck comes up with these leveling guides? Max Roll has a terrible layout for their build guides to follow anyway. No hate for Max Roll, but Jesus, get better leveling guides. This is the second video now that I've made where I pick one of the leveling builds from Max Roll, and it's the worst one. And now, as usual, we'll take a random build from YouTube, and it's not so random. This one piqued my interest. Hello? Screen? Anyway, it's by YouTuber Emberborn. This is not a paid promotion or a shout-out. I don't really talk to this guy. I'm not even subscribed to his channel. Sorry, man. But I do know him from his amazing guides back in the Elden Ring days, and he had some of the best Elden Ring guides, so there's no reason why his guides won't be just as good for Diablo 4. And he has what is basically a penetrating shot and rapid fire hybrid poison explodey build. So I'm going to be following this guide and trying it out and seeing how good it is. Alright, let's go. Alright, it's time to test the build out. Here's the screen. This is the penetrating shot and rapid fire build by Emberborn, who also goes by Titus Actual. So let's begin. Start the clock. Well, that one was a very powerful and good run. That was possibly the easiest run. Why is it that the YouTube builds always beat the website builds? And the reason why is the website builds, they all circle jerk each other. They all have this little inner clique where, oh, we're going to sign you on and pay you money to write articles for blah, blah, blah and stuff. It's just so ridiculous. But let's look at the ending times here. And it's funny because it actually we tied with another build on the list here. We have, what, 2 minutes, 38 seconds there. So the other build that we tied with, which I also liked, was, well, the Shadow Twisting Blades one was technically 10 seconds faster, but man, this is so much easier to play, and it's way more fun, and I actually stopped and killed packs of mobs, whereas in the Shadow Twisting Blades run, I did not, so yeah, this one is definitely the winner of the Penetrating Shot Rapid Fire build by Emberborn. Go check it out, and again, he's not paying me to shout him out. He gets just as many, if not more, views than I do across his other YouTube channels, and I don't really know the guy. I've just seen him. I met him once in Diablo 2. You know, I've watched his Elden Ring vids. So there you go. That's the winning build. If you want to level up a rogue, then follow. And the cool thing about his video is he shows you how to actually go the Twisting Blades route until you have the aspects to be able to pull this off, because I'm playing an alt character, so I have the aspects already unlocked, but on a fresh, brand new, you know, season, you're not going to have all the aspects unlocked, and he completely shows you how to do all that stuff, whereas, you know, the max roll and then the D4 builds GG guides, they don't show you shit, and their recommendations are pretty garbage. So just showing off now the gear that I'm using and the aspects. I've got Disobedience on helmets, what is it, Doom armor on chest. I've got, what is it? Rapid on gloves, Bone Weaver, or no, Protector on pants. We've got Wind Striker on boots. I can't talk today. Trick Shot on the two-handed weapon. Arrow Storms on a dagger. Expectant on the other sword. We have, and again, this is funny because all the other guides want you to use like energy, like regenerating shit on your rings, but not this one. I've got Edge Masters on a ring, and yes, I know it's stronger on an amulet, okay, but there's a reason why. Vengeful on the other ring, and then I've got Ghostwalker on the amulet, which I know sucks, but here's the thing, you only get 2 movement ability slots. That's the boots and the amulet, and his guide called for both, and movement speed is incredibly important for speed clearing. And that's why it's, like, I don't need more damage. I already kill everything super quick. I just need to run faster, damn it. So, that's the winning build. Thank you for watching. I'm Soul Benji. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next videos. Let me know what class you want to see next on this series or whatever the hell. Some douchebag with a webcam is going to make the same fucking video that I am, and he's going to have like 3,000 subscribers, but because he's got Diablo in his channel name, and he has a little webcam, he's going to get 100,000 views, and he's going to put tier list in the fucking title. Whoop-de-fucking-do. It's the same video. Mine's just as useful as theirs. Who gives a shit? Subscribe. Click the video on the right side of your screen, or you're going to get a flat tire when you go get in your car. And if you don't have a car, well, then you're never going to get a car if you don't click the video on the right side of your screen.